Hello guys, today I will be teaching you the engineering stuff. Yeah, like how to use it, when to use it, blah blah blah. The only stuff I can't teach you, but you probably don't really need is on, off, laser, hinge, joint, and most of these besides afterglow, deep space relay. Is it relay? Yeah, deep space relay and Jupiter. Um, so first I'm gonna start over here. Lead. I don't really recommend it unless you're making something you're not gonna fizzify. Cause look how fast it goes to the ground. That's cause of how heavy it is. Anyways, that's done with lead. It's just a heavy material. It's 200 density. I don't know if you have a car or something, like if you're making something that has propulsion in it, I'll teach you more on that later. Then then use lead, but only if the car flies. If the car doesn't fly, don't put any lead on it. And hang on. Okay, yeah, so and then cork. I don't know much of a use for it. Wrong thing. I don't know much of a use for it. I just kind of use it whenever. I don't know much about it. I'm gonna do aerogel. Go up there. Aerogel now. Look, if you have a block of that, look how much slower that goes to the ground. That is because it's a lighter object. Look at its density. Creates, and it also makes aerodynamic drag. So if you're making a plane or really any vehicle, you should use it. Cause look, I'm just using this as an example. Look, see, it's light. It's something that could be easily propulsed. Now to sandpaper. That's another thing I don't really know much about. Yeah. Anyways, rubber. Look, it's just a somewhat heavy material. If you're making like something that bounces, just use this. Look, see, it bounces. Yeah, if you're making something that bounces, like a bumper cart, like that or something, then I recommend using that. Now for ice. It's basically you can use it for cars or like anything like a motorcycle, anything really. Um, but it's just slippery. See? But I don't recommend using ice for something for a car. I'm just saying you can if you don't have slippery lemon. It's basically a better version of ice. I don't know much about foam or ping pong, so yeah, we're not doing that. Clay, I also don't know anything about. Anyways, now what some people probably came here for. Most people probably came here for all of this stuff besides those last two. First, magnet positive. I'm gonna teach you about this along with magnet negative because it's like the same thing. Basically, um, first I'm gonna do magnet positive though, or positive. Okay, basically, if you have two of them, blobify one, fizzify. They push each other away, see? Like, if I were to drop it here, it would kind of levitate. But look, if I put it here, it doesn't stay on. Um, Now for magnet negative. It's the same thing, really. Yeah. It's really just the same thing. Same deal. But if you put one here, visify, or blobify, one here, blobify, do that, they are attracted to each other. So they will pull each other in. Like that, see? So maybe if you're making like a crane or something, which I don't know how to make. I don't know. Oh, and now boost. Hang on. Yeah. So basically, it's really just like a boost pad. It's not something you could put on a car or something. If you're making a Beyblade, you can do that. But like it's good for like ramps or pads. It doesn't do much. It doesn't have to be physified to work. It's just what it does. And Velcro, it just sticks to other Velcro. So if you have Velcro and Velcro, 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 Fizzify, Fizzify, Fizzify. If you stick them together, they stick. Huh? They stay together. So yeah, that's kind of it. They stay together unless someone else grabs it. Then helium. It's quite literally helium. Look, you make a blob of it, Fizzify, it flies into space. That's really it. Okay, now for rotation. It's look, I'm gonna use aerogel for this example. If you get two of these, put rotation on the end of each of them. I'm using a different material though, so you guys might not have it. Well, really, you only need to put rotation on one of them, but it's just the habit I do. Oop. Look, if you fizzify, they stick. Except they like they kind of they're like flexible. Yeah, that's kind of it for that. Propulsion is my favorite. I use it for like everything. Look, you make going to go into gorilla mode for this example. Yeah, if you go into gorilla mode, fizzify propulsion or helium, and press trigger on it, it sends you. Hang on. No, my propulsion. Anyways, if you just get a ton of it, you really need a ton of it for it to really move too much. If you go on, it propulses you in the area that you point the arrow in. Arrow faces down, you go down, you go that way, you go that way, you go that way, you go that way. If you only have like one or two blocks of it though, it's just gonna give you a tiny boost. Yeah, that's it for engineering 2. I just joined a random code, that's what that is. Come on. I really hate that. Anyways, wire. It's look. I'll show you. I'm gonna use music blocks for this. You don't need music blocks, but look. If you get two of these, blobify, and then put wire onto like connecting them. As long as the wire touches them, activates both of them. See, you activate this one, it activates that one. If you put wire on it, pull it way back. If it's that far away, you get battery. You put it on. It does. 1 second. Uh. Hang on. I think I did it wrong or something. I did something. In there, but well, I don't know, but it's supposed to like connect things. So if you activate one part, the wire, whatever else the wire is touching, it will activate that. I don't know. I think it broke. Signal. A lot of people get confused. It's kind of like a remote. You get one piece of signal. People always think it's two, but look. And then I'm just gonna use propulsion for this because that's like what you would use it for. Look, and then you link them. You have to hold trigger on this, press trigger on that, physify it, press this. You have to grab this while it's physicified actually, connect it. How do I turn it off? Anyways, it's supposed to activate it when you press trigger on the signal, but it kind of broke. And battery up there, I don't know who would need that really, but battery battery powers anything you make it touch. Like without you having to press trigger on it. It just powers it immediately. Logic and I have no idea what these really are. Yeah, I don't know what any of these are, so sorry. Gyro. Okay, get a gyro. I recommend making a cone for it. Whatever way the arrow's facing, if you want it, or make it face the opposite direction. So, let's say I want to make this part, the arrow gel part, touch the ground. You need to make sure that arrow's facing upwards. If you want it to be upside down, though, and make it be balanced upside down, you need to flip that over and do that. And also, some people may be confused. If you put more than one object that needs to be powered, like propulsion, like if you put like propulsion and gyro or and boost or something, or and helium, you need to put batteries in all of them. And motor, it's confusing. Wind powered rotates a separate blob touching. Okay, so you get this. Let's say you're making, I don't know, something. I'm gonna make it look like a Beyblade for this example. I'm gonna make this big block. Sorry, it's not that big. I think you gotta put battery in it. No. Yeah, you gotta put battery in it for it to constantly be working. You don't need battery. I'm gonna take it out for this example actually. If you physify it, I believe if you make it touch it, it spins. Yeah. Okay, so if I make it touch that. Oh, it just spins. Never mind. Yeah, so it just spins. It just spins. That's it. Anyways, oh yeah. Afterglow. I'm gonna use this example here because this is what I use it for. You just get a big, nice cube of it. It just delays things. So look, let's say I put this on it, and then I want that to be delayed twice. So I think it's 2 seconds or a second per click. So it's 2 seconds for that. And then I want to put this one on that one. Like then when you power it, see? It just delays things. You need wire for it though. Well, sort of. You don't need it. Then deep space relay. I'm guessing. Okay, I think what it is this. Hang on. And do this and this. Gonna put music on the end of all of those. Okay. Oh, like you hear that? So I'm guessing with that. Again, this is a guess. I don't actually know. I think when you put it in, it's if you hold it, it does that. If you put it in, it just does that. See? Yeah, that's it. And then Jupiter. There's a piece of Jupiter. You can get anything, physify it. As long as it's your physics object. If it's someone else's, you just have to grab it. Jupiter sucks it up. It's literally Jupiter. It has gravity. It sucks anything up. Unless it's too far away. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Bye bye.